So I've been using this RØDE VIDEOMICRO microphone for quite a few years, and I was wondering if this microphone can be actually matched by a less known brand, in this case Pixel. And the answer is yes. Pixel can not only match, actually the model is Pixel M80, not only can it match RØDE's quality, but actually it's slightly better, surprisingly. So how is it better? Well, from the tests I did, it has got a better frequency response. The bass, the kind of a boomy voice is more present in this one than in RØDE. And I think this is it, you know, with the sound quality is concerned, the Pixel is better, according to me, sounds better, and I could not find any advantage of this microphone. Now, RØDE is not a bad microphone. I've been using it for a few years, I have been quite happy with it. I'm gonna test this one now more often to check. So, should you actually buy Pixel straight away, or is it still a consideration? Should you buy RØDE instead of this one? Well, so as I said, sound quality is better on Pixel according to me. You can actually listen to my tests, my recordings later on at the end of the video, and I'll explain how I tested it. Now, physically, they're kind of identical. RØDE is a tiny little bit smaller, so to say, shorter, and the front barrel is smaller. However, the other difference is there is a bigger difference when you look from this side. So the shock absorber in RØDE is much bigger. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? That depends on your situation. However, this is only a single mount point, whereas this one is double. And again, this could be a good or not a good thing depending on your situation. So because it's single, it kind of shakes more, and it goes up and down kind of. So if I put, for example, the dead cat on it, it's heavy enough to tilt it forward a bit. Let me show you. So the microphone kind of tilts forward unless I pull it by the cable, whereas in Pixel it just stays straight. You know, is it a good thing or bad thing? It depends on the situation. Now, the differences are in kind of quality of how things are made with those microphones. So if sound quality is more important to you, then definitely you should buy Pixel. If, however, the build quality is better than RØDE. So how is it better? So it feels better in the hand. It's kind of more rounder, whereas this one feels a little bit cheaper. The edges are a little bit sharper. Also, this barrel is kind of a little bit different. This one feels basically better. Also, the dead cat, it's the one made for RØDE, slides in quite easily, bang, and it's done. Whereas for Pixel, well, I need to find the hole first, and then it does take a bit of more effort. Again, not a big deal, just little differences. Now, cables. Cables, I think, are the same quality or very similar. However, the jacks, I think, are a little bit better on RØDE, as you could imagine. It just slides into other ports slightly easier than this one, but I think it's a matter of using it a few times and it will kind of adjust itself, so to say. Now, why should you also buy Pixel instead of RØDE? The other thing is that the Pixel comes with lots of accessories. So you've got this quite big carry case, quite stiff, which is a nice thing. It comes also with the foam, which RØDE doesn't have. Well, again, sometimes it's quite useful, and it's, you know, better than that cat in many situations. So you might want to consider that. Also, it comes with 3 cables. So you have got one cable for, and it's actually labeled here, for the camera, which is a good thing. Then you've got another cable for the phone. Again, it's also labeled. So this one is one of the jacks is TRRS, so it's got those 4 connectors instead of 3. So it's for smartphones, and it's got a very, I think, fairly good extension cable for the sound cable. So this is quite good. It comes together as one package, whereas with RØDE you only get the dead cat. Good quality though. It's really big, much bigger than this one. I mean, size wise, you know, the kind of, you could say similar, but this one I can feel it's much smaller than this. When I take it in the hand, there is a big difference. So the dead cat is bigger, probably will provide more wind protection. Again, if that is something important to you, that's one thing to consider. But again, this is not a deal breaker or deal maker, because whether you've got a big dead cat or small one, probably you won't notice much of a difference, if at all. Also, the shock absorbers in themselves, they don't really protect you from shocks so much, just a little bit. So whether it's a better one or worse one doesn't really matter. They will work kind of same way, so I wouldn't worry about that. Also, this one you can just simply, you know, paint it with other colors if you want, if you don't like the orange one, because black is nice. I think, yeah, orange is kind of funny, but you might enjoy orange. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, it's an orange like similar to a carrot, or, you know, darker carrot. You know, in the video it might look bright, but it's kind of more like a carrot, you know. What else can I tell you about those microphones? Anything else? This one is a little bit lighter concerning the weight, so around 10%, 10-15%. So Rode is a little bit heavier, but again, that doesn't make any difference. It's not a consideration whatsoever. So they both retail at around £40. But again, you get lots of accessories with these, whereas with Rode, if you wanna get the TRRS cable for your smartphone, you need to pay extra £10 for or 12 for the one made by Rode, or you can get a separate one, some other brands, for, I don't know, maybe £5 or something like this. So you still need to buy it, and you don't get the foam, and you don't get any carrying case. As far as I remember, I don't have a box for Rode now anymore, but I don't think there was any carry case, otherwise I would probably keep it, you know. So here we go. Now listen to the sound recordings. So how I tested, I connected both microphones one at a time, of course, to my Zoom H5 audio interface in the capsule, because that's the cleanest interface I have for mini jack. And then I recorded three audio recordings in Adobe Audition. Everything was set to 48 kilohertz and 24 bits, and then I just listened to that. The audio will be normalized to, let's say, -3 decibels. So listen and decide for yourself which one is better for you. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Happy buying. Take care. So I'm talking now to that Pixel microphone, which is around more than half a meter away from me, roughly my hands reach out. So let's see how it sounds like. So does it have any bass that is kind of good? Does it have this good presence? What if I start speaking, for example, if I now attempt to speak in a bit more kind of a trebly voice, so more soprans in my voice, or if I attempt to speak a bit lower, what difference does it make? I mean, do I like the sound of it? How much noise there is? Is the level high enough? Let's see. So I'm talking now to Rode VIDEOMICRO microphone, 1 foot away. Sorry, not. I'm a kind of a 2 feet away, kind of my hands reach, so it's around half a meter away. This would be a scenario if I were vlogging, for example. I could be this close to my camera. So how does it sound? Does it have a good bass? Does it have a good presence, or the soprans, the higher frequencies? So do you like the sound? Or do you not? Which one is better? Is this one better? Does it sound nicer? Do you like more this one, or do you like the other, the Pixel microphone more, Pixel M80? I am now at the double distance than before. I'm speaking a little bit louder as well, but not too loud, kind of normal speaking voice. So how does it sound like? Does it convey the bass properly? Is there any echo in the room? I'm in a small room, but it's well acoustically prepared, that room, because there are lots of stuff in it. Do you like the trebles, yeah, the higher frequencies? Do you like the lower frequencies? Generally, how do you like the sound of it? Does it sound good? Does it have any noise? I'm gonna look at the noise levels in a moment. So I'm speaking now to Rode VideoMic from around double the distance before, so my two hands reach. So this is a quite typical scenario when you walk with a camera and film other people. You are kind of around 3-4 feet away. I'm roughly, I don't know, 4 feet away from it, so it's like a meter and a bit, not a meter and a half, but almost. So how does it sound? I'm in a small room, which is well acoustically prepared for sound recording anyway. So do you like the sound of it? Does it sound good, or would you prefer the Pixel M80? So now I'm speaking to it from around 1 foot away, so it's kind of like a voice-over microphone situation. I'm not using any filters, any foam or any other dead cats, but I think I'm far enough so there are no plosives or explosions in the membrane. So hopefully the voice is quite clear. So what does it sound like? Does it actually satisfy your criteria for a kind of a voice-over microphone, short distance, or does it not? Yeah, it is supposedly an on-camera microphone, and probably you will never speak to your camera from such a short distance, but obviously a microphone is a microphone, and it's a good test to see whether it's good or not. And now I'm around 1 foot away from RØDE VIDEOMICRO. So this is a typical kind of voice-over scenario. I'm not using any filters, any foams, any dead cats, just straight to the microphone, going to my Zoom H5 capsule. So how does it sound? Do you like the sound of it? Do you think you could use it for voice-over? Does this RØDE VIDEOMICRO microphone sound better than Pixel M80, or the Pixel sounds better? So I'm going to listen to it, and let's decide which one sounds better, which one has a better presence, or better, I don't know, generally which one sounds more pleasing to the ears. So that's what we have: a manual, a carrying case, 2 cables, one for the phone with 4 connectors, and one for the camera with standard 3 connectors mini jack. Then we have an extension cable, standard mini jack, 2 holders for the microphone that also serve as a protection from noise and shaking, the microphone itself with protective foam on top. This is the microphone inside, and the dead cat, brilliant wind protection of course. And so the accessories, I'm quite impressed. For the price we are getting a lot of accessories actually. So those shock absorbers, they're not particularly high quality, so to say. They're just made of plastic instead of rubber. But to be fair, you know, whether it's plastic or rubber, they do not provide a lot of protection anyway, so I wouldn't worry about it. But yeah, they could be made of rubber, would be much nicer. Other than that, let's see at the microphone. The microphone seems to be pretty well made, so let's test it and see what it sounds like.